Then in today's video, PlaqueBoyMax explains why Lil Baby scamming him. Now, you seen we made a video last time talking about how I felt it was miscommunication primarily between Lil Baby and PlaqueBoyMax. Yes, I did feel like there might have been a ploy there. You know, classic scamming book is to present the opportunity on the opportune time instead of giving it time to cook, giving someone time to think about an opportunity or a money-making deal. But, you know, it really could all just be due to miscommunication.
I didn't know what to say about this.
Peek behind the curtain of PlaqueBoyMax and Lil Baby's stream, how it came together, and I think it might color people's perception a little bit differently of Lil Baby. So first I'm gonna play you guys the clip and then we're gonna get into it.
Right? I'm in Boston. Jalen Brown just did stream. I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, next stream I told you I was Sunday, right? It was going to actually be here, but the house wasn't ready to be set up. So I'm like, okay, I gotta do something else. I was gonna do that stream with Deshae. Remember? I told y'all about Deshae. But Deshae said he could only do Sunday. So I'm like, okay, I gotta figure something out. I'm like, what could I do tomorrow in Atlanta? I gotta make something worth it. I hit multiple artists, including Bunna B. I f with Bunna B. 9. I hit multiple people. Lil Baby got back to me first. And he said, yo, let's do it. Let's do some players. I'm like, all right, bet, like, you feel me, Lil Baby, like, it's lit, like. And that's how it ended up happening. I'm extremely grateful for that. This nigga literally showed mad love, you feel me? He did all that. Now look, he came on stream, this trolling and joking, bro. Guys, everyone relax. Now, another thing we gotta talk about. Yo, bro, I didn't know it was illegal to dance. I didn't know it was illegal to dance. Can't hit dance moves? Mind y'all.
No.
I know I steady update my emo package. Can't dance. Yo, bro, I can't vibe. If I'm not vibing, bro, he's farming, bro. He's farming, bro. He's trying too hard. I'm dancing. He's trying too hard.
Yo, Max, don't do that, brother. Because he came to you, presented an opportunity. He's a businessman. Music is how he makes money. He presented it thinking that he could make some money since you're about to make 100K or 6 figures at least. Right, so he was trying to see, all right, let's split it down the middle because you're getting some money on my talent. I see where he's coming from, right? But here's the thing. After that whole situation goes left and he thinks he has to be here for free, of course the nigga ain't just gonna be like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nigga would have been more happy if he thought, oh yeah, I'm getting respect for my talent and my time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if I was training somebody and at the opportunity they came to me and they were like, hey Jordan, I know you train, you know, you do this personal training thing. But I was hoping that since we're doing it on the live stream, I can get half the profit since I'm just showing up. You know what I'm saying? Off the face.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to feel like, damn, bro. This nigga don't respect my talent or my time.
Yeah.
So I'm not just going to be happy. I'm going to treat you like a professional would. Keep it professional. But all the extra friendly shit I would be doing, no, because I'm no longer in a good mood, bro. Not about the money, it's the principle.
For sure.
All y'all, I'm done. All y'all, I'm gonna dance till my arms fall off.
So there you have it, man. And
I'm
he's
not
talking about.
And I'm not saying you can't dance, gang. I'm just saying time and a place. My grandfather always said there's time and a place for everything. If you seen the shit wasn't going right, you check the vibe. The vibe said, okay, these boys are all on timing. You seen even V's with his awkward ass fit just standing there and I would have been like, okay, I need to be chilling.
But these rappers are. This is.
Why
this
am
is
I
the
doing the
funniest
most?
part. Lil Baby agrees to do it. Number one, I never heard of who the hell a Bunna B was. What the hell? Who is a Bunna B? All I know is Bun B. So I had to look this chick up. Bunna B's apparently in New York. New York. Whoa. She signed to APG, which is in New York. That's why I said New York. But she's an Atlanta rapper. I guess she's blowing up right now. Never heard of this chick, but this is the whole thing. This chick got no business flaking on PlaqueBoyMax. But this is what happens when you try to do stuff with rappers. And then he said 9. I'm guessing he's talking about 9 Vicious. That would have been a very, very interesting stream. 9 Vicious is at the top of my list of people I'm interested in. and has captured my interest. Not like that, not like that. I have to preface that, especially when people are looking at the way that guy moves. But he knows how to capture interest. Now, the music, I don't really know about it as of now. It's not terrible, but I don't think it matches the amount of attention he's getting. But these two rappers, flake on PlaqueBoyMax, or say they can't show up or whatever the case might be, and Lil Baby is the one that says he's going to do it. So he's in Atlanta at this point because Bunna, she's a Atlanta rapper. 9, he's an Atlanta rapper. And, of course, Lil Baby. So we got to give it up to Lil Baby for pulling in clutch. Imagine, yo, Lil Baby, you was the third option and you pulled through. But, yeah, so I made a little bit of an error. I
Hey,
thought they were
man,
at,
I ain't gonna lie. I noticed I missed the joke, so I got to go back. He said something about 9 vicious.
Not like that, not like that.
Nah, he said that.
I'm interested
He said he was interested
and has captured my interest. Not like that, not like that.
Oh,
I have
okay.
to preface that, especially when people are looking at the way that guy moves. But he knows how to capture interest. Now, the music,
Yeah.
That's
I don't
the
really
stick
know
of the year award.
about it as of now. It's not terrible, but I don't think it.
So 9 vicious was supposed to show up, right? And this girl Bunna B.
Yeah, he just said 9, so he
Damn.
assumed that it was 9 vicious.
Listen, if 9 vicious ain't showed up my shit, I'm thanking the Lord. Thank you, God. Thank you.
This man.
It didn't work out.
Matches the amount of attention he's getting. But these two rappers, Baby is the one that says he's going to do it. So he's in Atlanta at this point because Bunna, she's a Atlanta rapper. 9, he's an Atlanta rapper. And, of course, Lil Baby. So we got to give it up to Lil Baby for pulling in clutch. Imagine, yo, Lil Baby, you was the third option and you pulled through. But, yeah, so I made a little bit of an error. I thought they were at PlaqueBoyMax's crib that he had rented out. They were at Lil Baby's crib, actually. So he invited PlaqueBoyMax into his crib, which I do think was hospitable of Lil Baby. Now, I do think that was a little bit of a scam. I'm not going to lie. I think we gave Lil Baby grace more than other people who were just saying like, yo, he's scamming. And I do think the word scam is overused. But I think it created a good discussion on whether or not Lil Baby should have been paid. But there were a bunch of moments in there where Lil Baby was trolling and joking around. Like Max talks about like, yo, what's wrong with my dance moves? Because he was dancing while he was playing a beat. And they were like, yo, don't do that. I think it's funny that Max gets that type of reception from an Atlanta rapper like Lil Baby, because Max is from New Jersey. So he definitely grew up knowing what New York people or New York rappers are like. And New York rappers are notorious for, not just New York rappers, New York rap fans are notorious for not dancing, mean mugging, just standing around. Think of Papoose. Can you imagine Papoose busting any type of move? That's exactly what a New York, or Lloyd Banks, right? Like, something like that. I would say maybe Papoose more so than Lloyd Banks. But New York rap fans, they're not like this. So it's funny to see somebody from the tri-state in PlaqueBoyMax, having fun doing his dance. And then somebody from Atlanta who I would say they've always been a little bit more open to, like dance movements, things like that. Well, Soulja Boy, was Soulja Boy from Mississippi? Jermaine Dupri's Atlanta, and whoever Soulja Boy signed with when the whole dance craze was going was in Atlanta. So we're just gonna give it to them. But yeah, with this chick flaking, this is the problem with trying to schedule rappers and in short time. So some people are like, yo, he's trying to schedule all these rappers. Yeah, because rappers are kind of like, let me not go there. Well, I don't like creating that discussion. If you want to get one rapper on, you've got to hit 5. And if 3 of them say yes, 1 of them will show up. And this is the problem. And this is why you guys see very, very little content from content creators with rappers, or you don't see more of it. And you see it happen all the time with these bigger corporations or big companies like Complex and things like that. It's because their publicist or their label is sending them there, and they're like, hey, you better show up there. Versus if it's like an independent creator, even if it's like a PlaqueBoyMax, they'll just flake, and they won't have any problem doing that. And if you're somebody that banked on that and prepared it, then you're really going to get screwed over. Like, for example, this happened to KTO, Kids Take Over, years ago. He talked about it publicly, so I can say it. But he went to LA and he booked a ton of interviews, and so many of them just fell through. People just flaked. And at the time, the dude wasn't making any money. So he was booking an Airbnb, booking a flight, and then all of this content just falls through because the rappers don't want to show up.
One thing I can say is, from the outside looking in at least, rappers, they got a lot of shit to do, bro. They got shows, motherfuckers, they got niggas want to make content with them. You know what I'm saying? They always got to be flying in and out the state. And then they got to have their personal life also. They all got to take that into account.
And then you're like, dog, what the hell? And now it's difficult if your content is centered on rappers or relying on rappers. But if it's not, then you just start to think to yourself, well, screw these guys. I don't need them. Why am I going to try to do anything with them? And yeah, it would be enjoyable for the audience, but you can just opt out of it. So I think PlaqueBoyMax here, he's trying to soften the blow on Lil Baby. And I do think that does change things a little bit, because now this is the thing too. Trap Lord Ross was saying that he believes Lil Baby got 250K. I need that dispelled. I asked a couple of people that are within the vicinity of PlaqueBoyMax. I reached out and they're like, we don't agree with that 250K number, and we don't pay rappers to show up. So I don't know where that came from or where Trap Lord Ross got that from. He could be right. Maybe he has a different source. But if Lil Baby agreed to that, then it would make sense why. Like, if Lil Baby didn't get paid anything and he's asking for maybe a percentage of the stream, and it was a joke. I think it was a joke because there was a lot of joking that was going on. That's a different story. But let me play you guys a Trap Lord Ross clip first.
I feel like Lil Baby was on some bougie shit. I feel like he looked like a total asshole. Apparently he had already been paid to be there in the first place. I feel like Lil Baby came off super bad in this stream, and when the fans are all saying that he's a scammer, he like, I don't think he's even used to getting criticism like that. He's probably got yes men all around him kissing his ass all day long, and I feel like this was honestly like a real destruction of the Lil Baby aura, and I'm all for it, man, because he seemed like a real scammer. How are you thinking you're so entitled that you're gonna get half the streaming revenue for pulling up, especially if you've already been paid to be there? You know what this is. You know what this PlaqueBoyMax stream is. People rap. And Lil Baby, bro, low-key, we ain't even trying to hear them raps anyway.
So here's, that was the clip right there where they talk about him having potentially been paid. I don't think Lil Baby got paid. If Lil Baby got paid to be there, I think he's rapping. If he gets paid $250,000, and it just doesn't make sense for Lil Baby to get paid $250,000. That's something that like a Jack Doherty would do. And I would throw a bag just to be around a rapper. PlaqueBoyMax has strong relationships. He's cool with people that Lil Baby's cool with. He's respected within hip-hop. At least, like, you know, he's done work with rappers. They know he's professional. So I don't think that number is true, especially after asking a couple of people. However, I do think Lil Baby needs to do better in addressing something like this. Like, for example, Lil Baby should know. And this is why you need someone that's not on your team, but someone that you can hit up, where you're like, yo, what's the temperature check on me right now? And someone that you know that's going to be honest, someone that has nothing to gain from you and is not looking to get on your good side, but you know that they're going to be honest. And then they're going to be like, yo, Lil Baby, this is the temperature check on you right now. It's not looking too hot. Because if Lil Baby clears this up, or cleared this up quickly, and he's like, yo, we were just joking about that whole stream. Like, do you not see me in the rest of the stream? Like, we're just bantering, we're acting. This is what we're doing. Because we don't get enough of Lil Baby to gauge if he's trolling or not. That's the problem. Now, we just kind of look at Lil Baby, for the most part, as, and I kind of caught it a little bit. I was like, yo, there are certain parts of here where, now, the gambling part, I don't think the dude's playing around. I definitely do not think the dude's playing around. Like, when it comes to gambling or betting, these rappers are, especially Lil Baby and a couple of others, they are not messing around. And these Atlanta rappers too. I'm surprised they didn't start shooting dice on there. Now, with that being said, Lil Baby, he has to let people know. So I would have been like, yo, Lil Baby, like, you got to clear this up a little bit, because I have this problem too. Like, people that have, it's kind of crazy because we've got a wide range of people. Some people that have been, somebody said yesterday, they're like, yo, I've been watching you for 9 years. Dog, I've only been on YouTube for 8 years. How you been watching me 9 years? But I appreciate. So there are some people that get when I'm being sarcastic and when I'm not, and there are some people that just think I'm serious with every single thing that I say, and it's difficult to discern the difference. And I'm not going to spell it out for the most part just because I enjoy it. It's fun if people think I'm being serious when I'm not. And I think that's the fun of it, where you kind of get to know somebody over time and you're like, oh, okay, he's definitely joking about this. No way he's serious, right? And it creates good discussion. However, if I say something and people think, like, for example, if I say something that people interpret as me being serious and it's harmful to me, that's a different story. Like with Lil Baby right here. And I think Lil Baby is off the internet a little bit. But like I said, we look at Lil Baby like this robotic rapper. Like, we don't really look at him like a human being too much. And that's to say that we don't see him interact with many people. He's done interviews here and there. He's not a dunce as far as I know. Like, he's not a moron. Like, he's made some correct moves, like not getting a face tat. Or, not tattooing yourself. Now he does have tattoos, but I don't think tattooing himself would have been bad. Now, putting stuff on his face, that's a different story. And you guys remember there were all those rumors or allegations of Baby being on like perks on that funny meme or that IG live that he did that turned into a funny meme. So there's all of that. So I think Lil Baby did need to step forward on this and capitalize, because I think PlaqueBoyMax did this so people on Baby's team wouldn't like try to not block other collabs, would be like, yo, we came on your stream, we was messing around, and now we're getting negative press for it. Yo, how does that look on us? So I think he came in to soften the blow, and that's where we get to the point where we're at today. So really, if PlaqueBoyMax says like, yo, this guy wasn't scamming, he actually showed. I think one of the very important things is that the biggest rapper on here, he hit up two other rappers. The biggest rapper, one of the biggest rappers in the game, and one of the biggest rappers of the past decade, agreed to do the stream on last notice for Max. We got to give him a lot of props for that. Like, he really helped the dude out. And that's something that needs to be spread out more. And this is, I think, a problem with a lot of hip-hop media outlets, or just outlets in general, is that if somebody covers, like, let's say something negative where Lil Baby's the one that, he was quote-unquote scamming, nobody's going to cover the fact that Lil Baby actually saved PlaqueBoyMax from any content, from having no content, and he was the biggest rapper out of the people that he hit up, and he actually showed up. Because, that's not really interesting to talk about. But it's fair. Like, you have to. Well, you don't have to. You could do whatever you want. But I just feel like it's proper to do something like that, to offset whatever perception people had and give them a more balanced perspective. So really, shout out to Lil Baby for actually coming in clutch, while these new gen rappers, and that's also respect to PlaqueBoyMax, because he's still doing stuff with Bunna B. It shows that maybe he's got his hand on the pulse. Is it foot on the pulse? Or is it finger on the pulse? It's definitely finger on the pulse. Index finger and middle finger for sure. You remember when they had us doing that? Like was it the Pacer test or whatever? I'm not. Okay. This is when I know it's time to end the video. Let me know what y'all think in the comments.
And that was a lot of information to take in. It wasn't nothing that we didn't already know. He just really gave a different perspective. Lil Baby could have been joking around. Sometimes I just say some shit just to see if I'm gonna get a reaction from somebody, or if I can see if I can sway their opinion my way, just to kind of spar a little bit, see where I'm at up here. The reaction that Lil Baby gave, it didn't seem like he was joking around, bro. You feel me? Like, after bro like played around, like, yeah, I'll see. Feel me? About the 50-50 type shit. You seen the mood change towards the end of the stream, bro. Lil Baby was like, dang, bro, why you even gotta be here? Oh, why you engineering? Let my engineer do it. Then when he was in the studio, you seen him walk out. That don't seem like he was just playing, bro. That's just me.
Man, you already know, man. Love y'all. Great for y'all, man. Binge the rest of the videos on the channel.